Welcome to the Mobile Noble channel. I'm your host, MB, your crypto soul brother from another mother. Here to keep sanity from the hype and the drama. And on this Christmas midnight, that I am recording this here, Christmas 2024. Yeah, I picked a great time to record this, and it is for me a very, very Christmas here, as the markets, for many people are, as we can see here, pretty wonky here. Things are actually down since my last recording. Since my last recording of a couple weeks ago, the market was at 107,000, and we are down on a little more than 9,000 since then. We are at 98,000. It's been dancing between 97 and 98 here. And this past week, things have been dipsy diving here. If you look at Bitcoin here, through this past week, things have been down as low as 93 on the 20th, and I believe 90. Yeah, I think it was 92 one of these days. It hit 92. Yeah, 92. Yeah, back on the 23rd here. So things were pretty down here and bleak over from last week here. Going into this week and on this Christmas Day, and some people have been predicting, hey, we should see a Santa rally. Uh, yeah, things are back at 98. So yeah, things are up from the past 7 days here, but not by much. If you're looking at our all-time highs, but I'm still pretty excited here because, well, this is still a great thing, great times in the market here, and the reasons for the dips in the first place, well, there was news from our man Jerome in the house here, the man here in the video that you see here, Jerome Powell here, the head of the Feds, the federal bank. These bullet points here kind of sums it up here. Central bank's policy rate lower to 4.25 and 4.5 range. So that right there is actually a good thing that people should look forward to. However, the big sticking point for many people was the fact that the new policy maker projections forecast two rate cuts for next year in 2025. And that's a bit of a bummer for some people because there has been expectations for four rate cuts. So that's been a bit of a letdown for some folks. Basically, an excuse for some folks to dump on some of their assets. So that's one of the big reasons as to the the 10 plus thousand dollar dippage here that occurred over the past few days here. And also another thing to keep of note here is that going back to the Bitcoin price here, one thing to keep in mind as well, there's been a lot of, well, one of the other things I'd like to point out is liquidations on exchanges. I believe I do hold that as being another big factor. I've yelped about this in at least a couple of my past videos here, and how that is a very basically this segment of investment does tinge a little bit into the realm of gambling, and you want to minimize how much gambling you do in such a risky space here. And people that do the whole day trading with leverage, that is a big reason why things have went down. Because when things went down to 100,000, people thought, okay, can't go any lower. Then things went down to where it was here, around 97,000, can't go any lower. Went down to 92. So that's where liquidations, I believe, play a strong role as well. Also, one other thing I want to introduce here is the idea, as we are in December going to the New Year's, tax loss harvesting. Now, tax harvesting laws here, or tax loss harvesting, uh, that is a big thing here that should be looked at here. And basically, just want to bring up the general definition here in Google. Is basically a strategy that involves selling non-profitable investments at a loss in order to offset or reduce capital gain taxes incurred through the sale of investments for profit. In other words, investments that are in the red could be a ticket to a lower tax bill. And that may be a little difficult here in the bull market here. However, the run up of going up to 107,000 in December, that means you had a lot of people that bought in relatively late. So I believe the thing is we want to look at here with this is a thing with the lens of tax loss harvesting. We're going to take a look, excuse me, take a look at the fact that the Bitcoin ETF see $680 million in outflows as the price dropped below 96,000. So that right there, and when you talk about Bitcoin ETFs, we're not talking about folks like myself or you and me, the average Joe Schmo who buys into Bitcoin through exchanges like Coinbase, Binance, Uphold, Kraken, et cetera, et cetera. We're not talking about those folks. We're talking about people who has more than 6, 7 million, like 6 or 7 figure pockets here that is able to buy into crypto. And these folks right here who uses Wall Street, they are a lot of these folks have so it pretty much makes sense that those folks would use this as an opportunity to tax loss harvest. So anything that they bought, a lot of these folks bought in late. So a lot of those folks bought in after I would say 100K. Those folks, I believe, were the ones that had sold and basically taking their tax breaks here. They're getting their opportunities, not take as much of a penalty here, and not hodl. So a lot of those folks here, I believe, has jumped on the idea of tax loss harvesting at this point, because otherwise, a lot of folks who've bought in, who've been in this space for the past few months. Like me myself, I'm chilling here though. I mean, yeah, this will now tax loss harvesting will be a lot more brutal in a bear market, but here in a bull market that we are in the middle of, this is a bump in the road, man. This, if anything, this is an opportunity to buy more crypto here. So before I go into that here, I want to take a peek into here, and like this is what I'm talking about here. So uh, I look at the general prices. I also like to look at something I set up back in May 22nd of this year, which was the portfolio sample portfolios here, which is a representation of not how much I hold, but what I hold and how I kind of play things. So I do it between altcoins, a basket of altcoins versus Bitcoin. So $10,000 worth of altcoins got you a 100% all-time profit as of this recording here on Christmas, and that would represent 10,699. That's out of a basket of XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Quant, and Graph. GRT, people stand up. I know not many people represent Graph or Quant, but I do believe those cryptocurrencies do have their value here. And XRP leads the way among the top 10 cryptos that's listed in terms of market cap. They pretty much lead the way with this right here, XRP being at 335 percent here is, and it's going to run on my last video. I've talked more at length regarding XRP with their stablecoin that has launched, the RLUSD. That's pretty much been active, and that's a baby at 55 million total market cap. That means it's just 55 million. It's a baby compared to the bigger coins, stable coins such as Tether, which is a funny. I anyone who happens to be B1 probably may be able to they know, but Tether is a interesting stable coin. I would say, and that is at I want to say 130 or like 130 or 140 billion. Uh, Let me actually see here. Let me look at cryptocurrencies just to say for sure. Yep, just around 140, 139 billion, excuse me, for Tether here. So, yeah, things are, and that's always going to be a big name. That's always going to be the biggest stable coin for now. Stable coins is big business in the market, and we will see that in the coming months. Um, I don't have faith in Tether. I think I went into some detail with that in my last video as well, but I would, if you were to trust a stable coin for taking profits in, I would look at USDC or USDC or there's a few others. There's True USD. I believe that's solid, but I would really look at USDC and not to be an XRP fanboy, but I would also look at RLUSD, which at least has the backing of an American fintech firm and the being vetted out by U.S. regulators. So, and then with that, I would also probably toss in, I would say Pax USD. Paxos USD. Paxos has a stable coin pegged to a dollar as well. So I would, you know, that would be the things I would look at. But anyway, I would, yeah. But going back to my other point here, though, those of us who've been in this space here with the not tax harvesting, I believe, is for the super rich folks that have jumped to this market late. Those of us who's been in this for a minute, like again, altcoins, we're up here, and even those, and my whole argument is altcoins will whoop the hell out of Bitcoin in terms of ROI, but even with Bitcoin, the returns of 41% since May, it's nothing to scoff at. It whoops the hell out of most traditional investments. And if you compare this to anything on any index, this whoops the hell out of that. So Bitcoin is whooping the hell out of everything. That's why Bitcoin is slow in terms of its gains, but it's reliable, much more reliable, and a lot less drastic in terms of when the market dips. It's not going to scare folks nearly as much as the altcoins will. But you know what? We rock with it, man. And 41% since May 22nd, man. I mean, look, that's dope right there. This is not as impressive you look at in terms of $10,000, but hey, if this was $10 million, then you're looking at 4 million return. I mean, if you're talking about $10 billion, you're looking over here at a 4 billion return here. And this is why guys like Michael Saylor, who has billions of dollars to play with, rocks with Bitcoin. And me personally, if I was Michael Saylor, I would look at some of the altcoins and look at the even more explosive returns of some of the trusted altcoins, as my 10K altcoin challenge shows here. That for me, this is a smarter play here. Yeah, I would dump that much money in XRP and Cardano, but you know what? Can't even knock the fact that you're still making profit either way here, and this is how the game is played here, man. You get it where you can fit it in, and right now we are still at a great opportunity here to get. Well, this is why I am still in the Christmas spirit here, because this is an opportunity, one of the last opportunities to buy into crypto and see expect some realistic ROI here. Now, depending on how much you're gonna go in with, is it going to be life changing? Well, that's up to you to decide here. I would say things will be more than double from here. not being conservative when I say that, things, prices here for these most of these coins and tokens, they should more than double here. And again, I am being very conservative when I say that. I am not saying that likely at all, not to be hypey, but things should more than double in returns to these prices we see here, like XRP at 229. That should be more than double. Cardano at 92 cents, at a dollar, I may as well say, that should be more than double. Ethereum at 3,400, more than double. Quant at 121, probably more than, like, I'm not saying any of this stuff likely, man. These prices is still a good buy in my mind. Because mainly because these altcoins are not yet at their all-time highs. I look at Ethereum as the leader of altcoins for now, and they did not hit their all-time high territory of, I believe, 4,800. That is going to blow past that, I believe. So, yo, this is still a great buy here, man. If it's Christmas time, if you're looking at this video late, going into maybe the New Year's, and prices are still below their all-time high, is I look at Ethereum here at 3,400. As long as it's below its 4,800 marker, I'd hit on that. I'd hit on that, man. I I really would smash you on that if providing you have the appropriate funds to dip into this, and you can again, you can dip into this with as little as 50, 50. You can even dip in as low as $20 or whatever, or even $10 depending on the exchange here. And the exchange link I have is for Uphold. You can buy crypto as low as 10 or even $5. But do keep in mind that if you're buying that low, they will hit you with a $1 charge, I believe, for buying crypto. So it makes sense to buy more than just $5 if you can here, because that's more crypto you could buy here. So, but I have this link for that in the pinned comment. But yo, man, this is a market here, man, and this is. I don't know if it's going to be a Santa rally or what have you, but even if prices dip a little bit more again, like even if prices don't go crazy right after the time of this recording and things still stay stagnant going between here and the New Year's, I am good, man. I am good. I am happy because I'm already up. I'm already up 107%. And I really only see things skyrocketing from here, especially as new administration takes over in January the 20th. And that's really for me, the only thing I look forward to regarding Trump. I don't want to go into politics, but at least when it comes to crypto, I do expect that the Trump administration will do wonders with that regarding some of the people that is behind uh, certain parts of what will be the new administration. Uh, there's a lot to be bullish out regarding crypto here. If you're an investor or someone that's looking to get into the space, if you're looking to get into the space, I highly recommend you know getting into it with a cautious optimism. Question everything, even everything I'm saying. Google everything that I'm saying, even all these coins I have listed here: XRP, Cardano, Ethereum, Quant, Graph. Look those things up, and also I missing past the whole fact that I also dollar cost average, and I kind of represent my dollar cost averaging through this here. And with that, the main thing I've been dollar cost averaging into, because I've already bought into my share of XRP, Cardano, and Polygon because I'm up on those already. I'm I feel like I'm past buying into those anymore here. But one other coin or token, I should say, that I still average into more is Flare. And to represent me doing $10 buys per week, I will do, I'm going to do another $20 for basically that should cover for this week and next week, basically going into the new year. So this week, the last week, last full week of 2024 and the next week, which will be for 2025. And let's see how much that would be. So we're looking at, let's see, we'll do 710. Uh, yeah, 710 would be a good quantity here. That gets me just around uh $20 in Flare tokens, and Flare again is a token on the XRP ledger. So we'll buy into that there, and yep, that will cover it here. So we are good for that here, and that adds into my, oops, excuse me, not the 100 DCA, the $50 DCA here. And again, it started with $50 in DCA, and so far the cost basis on that is 411, including the recent buy I did now, and the all-time profit on that. We are more than up. Uh, well, the ROI on that one has blown up even more here. That's at 136%. So yeah, that's actually the biggest winner in regards to even my 10K altcoin challenge here. So yeah, I think part of that probably because it's much more heavy up on the XRP and Cardano. But everything else though is up pretty handsomely though. Only my Flare is down, and again, I'm using Flare because that has not seen, in my belief, that has not seen its biggest return yet, and the gains are still to come with that. So that's why I am dumping into Flare now, not the XRP. Although I do believe XRP is a good buy for those that's just getting into the market. It's just for folks like me who already has quite a bit of XRP. It is not the thing that I would buy into that much more. But if it's still down like this in another couple weeks, if it's still not yet above 250 in a couple weeks, I might revisit that because, again, this price is attractive. It's just not as attractive for me because you gotta keep in mind I've been in XRP since 2020, and I remember it back when it was around 20. My rooms were like a quarter. So for me, buying into it when it was a quarter, then still buying into it when it was at 50 cents, it's for me is not as attractive as it may be for you. But I would encourage folks to still buy into it if you still want to get into it though. But hey man, either way, man, this is a Merry Christmas here. And as we come to a close here, hey listen man, things are not yet rocketed off yet. And who knows that Santa Raleigh is going to be a thing here as this Christmas Day unfolds here. But you know what? I'm good either way, man. I'm looking at the longer term picture of the next couple months here, and I'm looking to see if my dollar cost buys turn to buy dollar cost average sells. Uh, that will be something I will have to get into before things blow off. But yo, at this moment, man, this has been a pretty Merry Christmas here, and I'm happy to make this holiday timed video here. So happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and happy holidays to anyone that's listening here. And if you're still listening, do appreciate you for giving your attention span to to my rumbling and rambling and crypto on the cryptos here. And do please like and subscribe, and also keep in mind, I am not a financial advisor. I repeat, I am not a financial advisor, but do keep a financial advisor in mind and bring across anything that I say to their desk, whether they will tell you don't listen to that crazy random guy on the internet. Everything he's saying is trash. Might be in your best interest to listen to that guy, but if he say take what he says with a grain of salt and follow him or whatever. Basically, follow your financial advisor before you follow me. That's that's my main advice here. And basically, also do your own research on everything, even everything that I say. But otherwise, man, again, thank you for listening and possibly subscribing. And until next time, stay blessed, stay up, and we out. Merry Christmas and holidays. Peace.